Hey, welcome to JM Unleashed. In this live stream video, I am going to show 100% proof that the silver market is rigged. If you're watching the live stream, please stand by. And if you're watching the playback, just fast forward 5 minutes. Hey guys, thanks for your patience. Welcome to JM Unleashed. In this live stream video, I am going to show 100% proof that the silver market is rigged. Please do. Hey, Snooks, thanks for sharing this out. Hey, Indy, Scrog, saw Neil, a couple other people earlier. I just want to get right into it. But yes, please do share this out with the people that you think have the highest acumen in financial knowledge and experience, and get their take on this. I'm going to try to be pretty concise. So this is the silver price charted in 1 hour candles. And this is today. The 12 down at the bottom there is showing that it's February 12 today. And we had a massive smackdown again following. We'll just show you. This was 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, and now this is this week. But something very, very strange happened. So now I'm going to go back to 30-minute candles. It's a little bit more obvious here. These bars on the bottom, the red and green bars, are the volume. So the higher they are means the higher volume trading there was. And you can see this is in Eastern time. All the way through from the beginning of trading today was pretty level, steady trading. You can see the volumes picked up. And then suddenly at this smackdown where they got it from about 82.50 down to 60, 75-ish, all happened in 30 minutes. You can kind of see at the bottom there that the volume really dropped during that 30 minutes. Now, I've yet to be able to hear any explanation that makes sense on this. Hey, Northern Hillbilly, says JP Morgan. Well, I don't know who it is, but watch. When I put it on 5-minute candles now, and we go back to that moment, look at these volumes. So now, if you can see my cursor here, I'm going to show you where the volume actually gives you the numbers. It's right here where it says ticks. And so leading up to this big smackdown, when I mouse over these bars, you'll see up there where I showed you the ticks, it says 3.3 thousand, 3.3 thousand, and it dropped to 1.7 thousand. And then when it went into free fall, look at where it says on ticks there, 1. So effectively no volume in that 5-minute period where we have the largest big dump. So that means there wasn't a whole lot of general consensus, almost nothing traded. It looks to me like actually the trading was halted. I did hear that one of the Asian markets halted temporarily, but the fact that the price dropped from 82 down to about 76 on almost no volume. We'll move over one more candle. And it says 1. And the next one says 0. And the next one is actually showing red where it says ticks at the top left, but it's showing a green candle. And there it's 1. And then after that cascade and free fall, the next one goes back up to 4.99 thousand. And then you can see it seems like it's normalized. So what my theory is that there's lots of people, big money, buying in and wanting to take delivery, especially large manufacturing and industry. They need it. So they're buying, they want delivery. But what we hear is, I'm going to move this back out and bring it current so we can see where we're at right now. Okay, so there's that big smackdown. We're on 15-minute candles now. So there is a thing called force majeure on these platforms. And what that means is if they don't have the actual metal to deliver, then they'll settle you out in cash. So now imagine, you had bought contracts and you wanted the physical metal to be delivered, and then you get the massive hit. Let's say you're Apple or Toyota or GM or Ford, and you need this silver for your electronic components. And suddenly where you're buying it from off these markets says, sorry, we don't have it. We can't deliver. We're just going to settle you out in cash. That's a big hit. Okay. I have a feeling that this is going to start happening. Because watch, when they say we're going to settle you out in cash, that's a big hit because they want the metal. But watch when they're factoring in that the value of that, was just trading at 83. And then now they send you a check settling you out at 76 per ounce instead of 83. 4, 5, 6, 7. That's a 7% haircut, almost a 10% haircut. And there was no consensus on those trades. There was almost no trades there at all. Okay, so that's it. That is my theory. I believe that's 100% conclusive evidence that the silver market is rigged. And share this out with anyone that can explain that to me, how that can happen. Hey, Tate. And have them put it in the comments. And speaking of comments, let me just get this back in frame here. There we go. Okay, and so this is actually current right now. So it is still kind of trading sideways and slightly down right now. I just want to see what... okay, so we did see that from Northern Hillbilly. Welcome in anyone I missed. I just want to see if we have any explanations here. Neil says China, East versus West economic war. I agree with that for sure. Oh, thanks, Snooks. Yeah, Snooks put the Backstage Speakeasy link there for Indie. That's going to be Friday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you guys check it out if you haven't. Hey, Zaphael. How many times big YouTubers said just one person buying 1 million will move the market? Well, see, the thing with that, though, is like I look at this and there's people wanting to buy. And then there's active traders as well. And this volume here kind of matches up with the volume over here, but it doesn't match up with the volume during that big smackdown. So I have a feeling that they put price ceiling limits or there was price rigging or something where they just said no trades are going through unless they're, under 80 or under whatever. Like, let's look at the 1 minute on it, actually. Okay, now we're going to look at it in 1 minute candles, guys. Okay, this is not cool. This is not cool. You've got normal trading activity, la da 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 da, between $82 and $83, fine. And then suddenly, let's zoom right in on this. It just starts tanking. Okay, and it's showing a low, a high, and a close on this. So it's showing there were trades. But if you look at my cursor here, up here in the top left, that shows ticks, which is how they measure this volume. And when I mouse over it, it shows you it goes from 585 down to 70 to 1. That says to me trading got shut off, or a new ceiling was put in. The next one over is at 1, 0, 0, 0. All these says there was 0 trades. So why is it showing it cascading like that? Shouldn't it be a gap like you'd have over here? So I think there's shenanigans going on. It may be worthwhile checking other sources too, but I heard it's showing up the same on other platforms. This is TradingView we're looking at. 10% hit on 0 volume, guys, in the world's second largest market. Looks like a bull flag. Yeah, maybe. It's always been rigged. Yep, certainly since at least the 1960s. They'll plunge it to 50, said that in first crash in January. Wow. Yeah, it can happen. It could happen. But remember, that's just the paper. Like right now, people in Europe and the UK are saying, oh my God, I wish I could buy it, buy these dips and get in on these low prices. But they're sold out. They can't find, all their coin shops are sold out, or most of them. Okay, so let me zoom back out on that. But and then we'll take a look at what's actually happening right now. Here, just give me a second. So a lot of people, when they're looking at these charts, they're looking at it on 1 hour candles like we are here. And when you look at that and you see that plunge, you don't really notice anything too different in that volume. Over the course of the hour, the trades leading up to it and following it made up for it, so that it doesn't show that that complete vacuum in trading. But again, even when you put it on 15-minute candles, you can really see it there. I don't think they've defaulted on delivery either. I don't think that they have, but I keep hearing that they're running out. Their inventories are running low. They're getting more people standing for delivery all the time. And industrial demand is pretty much completely consuming all new mining supplies. So, we've got Smart Silver Stacker in here. Hey, good to see you, Smart Silver Stacker. I've actually watched a couple of your videos recently too. I think I put a couple comments in there, but you've got a happening channel. Neil says, look at the smelters and talk to your LCS. You'll get your answer. I actually did go into my LCS today to see what they're buying and selling at. And it's Canadian, but they're basically selling at 10% over spot and buying at 3% under spot, which actually isn't too bad either way. It's not great having to pay 10% over, but back when silver was $30 an ounce, to pay 3 over that's 10%. It wasn't a huge deal, especially if it was like an American Silver Eagle or something. Probably need a layer 2 account to review physical orders. I think it's going to come out. They're going to have to. I did see someone did mention that in one of Salivate Metals, his video about it. I scrolled through the comments there, and someone else pointed that out. And if you look at Sal's video on it and you find that comment, you'll see I put a bullseye there, bingo, on his comment. Neil says 2-week pay delay for LCS. Yeah, with the refineries. I know they're getting really stuck with that, but this is different. This is the actual like trading platforms where it's being traded. Hey, Tim, good to see you. So yeah, like if you've got the physical, you're not actually taking a big hit like that. It's the paper that's getting flushed and beaten up. But at the same time, if we go back 12 months and 24 months, anyone that bought 24 months ago is still doing like marvelous. And people that bought 10 years ago are, really happy. Yep, that could be Neil. Actually, let me share this. I'll share this one here. I don't know if you guys can read it, but this is the AI overview from Google. So, we can always verify it. I did check on a couple other spots and confirmed um, that Thailand. So here it says, as of February 12th, there's no widespread global halt of all silver trading, but Thailand's one exchange announced temporary suspension of silver online futures. Also, a major Chinese silver fund experienced a halt last week due to a high price premium. And a Canadian miner halted operations, apparently. So there could have been some halting, but I think it's price rigging. And if you want my full explanation, I fully explained that 5-10 minutes ago. Hey T, we've got T at Nana's in the house. I'm actually going to shut this down pretty soon. I just wanted to cover that. I think it's pretty clear. And for anyone that missed it, I'll just go over it one more time. The clear and evident proof that the silver market's rigged, and they did it today. We see this nosedive that the silver price took about 11 p.m. Eastern. Sorry, 11 a.m. Eastern. So these candles here are the price, and the bars on the bottom are the volume. So the higher the bars are, the higher the trading volume. And on this big plunge, the volume dropped to as close to zero as you can get. And when we put it on here, we'll put it on 3-minute candles to see that. Oops, hold on. Right here. So that's not normal in the middle of the day trading. Like, they don't just shut the whole thing down at lunch hour, which is what this actually looks like. And so for the price to be showing an open, a high, a low, and a close during all these periods of time on basically no volume says to me the vast majority of the market was not participating in that. Where did that go? Here it is. I'm just putting it on 1-minute candles now too, just so it's like abundantly clear. And then there was a massive gap in trading too during that. I kind of feel the only way they could really factor that back out would be just to eliminate these candles and just show a massive gap. And maybe just the way it happens, it has to show something. I don't know. But either way, that's extraordinarily significant in my mind, in my opinion. That's right, Northern Hillbilly, and I think that they're close to defaulting, or they're projecting. Look, guys, we're only 3 months, out from defaulting. We have to freaking, take extreme measures. Like, that's what this looks like, is extreme measures. Yep, I agree, Northern Hillbilly. And there's tons of great people in the precious metals community. Make sure you guys are hooking up with each other on YouTube. Right. And that's what I think they're going to try to do to people that are standing for delivery too. Right. If they can't deliver, then they say, well, we have to settle you out in cash. And wouldn't that be convenient if they could settle you out during this period of time here at $76 an ounce rather than at 83? Wouldn't that be convenient if that was the timestamp that you're like, I want my delivery, I want my physical silver, because you're Ford or GM or Apple, or any industry that requires silver for their electronics or anything. And you're like, oh, good, we're going to be getting more silver in so we can keep manufacturing more products. And then they say, oh, sorry, we are going to have to settle you out in cash. And you're like, well, I don't want to, but I see, in the fine print, I guess you can. Okay, send me my check. And then your check is based on this. Of course, I could be wrong, but like that's just what it smells like to me. That's what it smells like to me. Hey, Take Two, good to see you. So now what's happening with YouTube here is when I live stream, and I think it's everyone else too. They don't start processing your video for 24 hours, which means a lot of people, if they're not on right now, say they come on in an hour, they won't get notification of this, or YouTube won't start putting out impressions and pushing it at all. So what I want to do is shut this down and then record the beginning and just drop that as a standalone 5 or 10 minutes at the most minute video. That's my plan right after this. I don't believe the contract allows a force majeure. I'd like to see where they can do that. I don't know either, but like a lot of people, I've heard a lot of people say that that is an option that they have. I don't know. Like they're so good at moving the goalposts all the time, right? Hey, Soylent Green, it's good to see you. Great to see everybody here. Appreciate y'all. Anyone that's just getting here, I already went through my whole theory on and proof that the silver market's rigged, and it's actually right before your very eyes right there. The price dropped 10% on basically zero volume, which says that 99% of the participants somehow were nothing that they had was showing up or going through, according to this chart and other charts as well. Love that saying, y'all. For sure. Kind, helpful, and grateful is good. Hey, Silver Shelby, good to see you. Yeah, I think I've hit the key factor on it a few times. It's a pretty simple, very obvious. It's right there before our very eyes. Silver price dropped 10% today in a flash crash. These are 1 minute candles. So this happened between the time of approximately 11 a.m. Eastern and 11:30. In half an hour, they dropped to 10% on basically zero volume. What in the actual F is up with that? Please, someone explain. It might be closer to default than 3 months. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised at all. And I would play that, but why don't you guys check that out after if you're interested, and post it in the comments after the stream here too. I'd like to check that out, but I want to upload this as a standalone video as well, because I know it's not going to get pushed out for a while, and I think sooner or later someone's going to come up with the explanation, or they will just come out and say, yeah, guess what, we actually halted trading and set a ceiling on it, and we said, no trades are happening for the next half hour at a price of over 80, and then 79, and then 78, right? And then they let it go. So to me, that looks like they artificially cooled it off. The contract doesn't allow cash settlement if you have a physical delivery contract. They need to get it from somewhere to provide it. Good. Well, I think they're getting close to the point where they're going to be Scrooged. Buy the dip. Yeah, and that's a great idea if you can. My LCS has a 10% premium on like basic low premium silver bullion. So if you want like some silver bar, some sunshine bars, or Buffalo Indians like this one I've got, 10% over spot. And if you're selling them, they're buying them back at 3% under. But in the UK, I've seen lots of people in England and the UK saying they wish they could be buying these drops, but their local coin shops and bullion dealers in the UK are all sold out. Here, I know I was in at the Royal Bank, which is, I believe, Canada's second largest bank, Royal Bank of Canada. And in speaking with the one guy there, he told me that Royal Bank of Canada, which is a nationwide bank, is completely sold out of silver bullion right across Canada. So, like, there's a lot of people trying to buy. The brokers for COMEX only allow cash settlement. Okay, thank you for clarifying that for us, Safael. Yes, Soylent, they did do the same thing with nickel. That's exactly what it looks like. Except with nickel, I think they shut it down for a full day, didn't they? I forget how long it was for, but it was a lot more than just half an hour. And that's another reason I like nickel. I'm, you know what? I don't know what to say about the AI guy anymore. Like, from what I can tell, he's got at least around 100 different channels now. He keeps setting up new ones. So yeah, I'm confident he's going to have some theories. Okay, so for anyone that missed this, if you go back to the 5 minutes into the beginning of this live stream, I very concisely lay out exactly what my theory is, the evidence, and it's still right there before us. Hope you all have a good night. Thanks so much for stopping by, and do share this out with whoever you know that is the most financially astute and knowledgeable about the financial markets, and see if they can explain this, and put it in the comments. Thanks so much, guys. Ciao.